All right, welcome back. If you've haven't been here before, please subscribe. I do reviews on electronic albums, and today we're going to be talking about Laurent Garnier. He put out an album, a brand new album, just a few weeks ago, and I'm going to try to say it in French. Tantoripision. Okay, tantoripision. And I'll say it in English. And I'll say so. It's 33 tours et puis cien vont. Yeah. So anyways, I saw the Facebook. Either it was Twitter or Facebook. Laurent Garnier came on and said, "I just released my album, and at the moment you can stream it. And at the time you couldn't buy a CD or a LP. You could just stream it." And but now you can actually buy a CD and an LP, and I've noticed that the CD has only 12 tracks, and the album, when you stream it on Apple Music, it has 17 tracks. So and Laurent Garnier, he loves to do this. For instance, on his album from 2000, Unreasonable Behavior, he had a different set of songs for CD format and a different set of songs for LP format. And it's not for limitations of, how many minutes you can put. He purposely did that so that you would check out the other releases as well. So I've been listening to the version I've been listening to for this new album, 33 Tours et puis cien Vont. I've been listening to the Apple Music version, which has 17 tracks, which given the shortest track is 6 minutes long. All the other tracks are 10 minutes, or the longest track is, I believe, 14 minutes. And then there's a lot of tracks that are 9 minutes, 10 minutes long. And the shortest one is 6 minutes long. So, and it clocks in over 2 hours for the Apple Music version with the 17 tracks. And I started listening to the album the day that Laurent he announced it on his, I think it is Twitter page or Facebook page. Anyways, it was on a Friday he released it, and so I started listening to it, and I'm just blown away. This album must be, and in my opinion, one of his best albums. Of course, Unreasonable Behavior is a really good album. Then there's also that came out in 2000. Then, of course, there's his debut from '94, which has Astral. I believe Astral Dreams. And in 2004, the other album that I really like of his is the Smoke Making Machine, which is a little bit more, I'd say it's more, the Smoke Making Machine from 2004. That album is more kind of jazzy, not jazz, but just like just really experimental, more experimental than this new album. So, yeah, I mean, Laurent Garnier is a titan in techno music. He's a pioneer that's been around from the very beginning, early 90s, late 80s. He started DJing in Manchester. Of course, he's from Paris. He's from the outskirts of Paris, and he moved to England, and he was a waiter up until 1986, and then he started DJing and producing his own music. The first time I learned about Laurent Garnier, the first time I heard his music was way back in 1994, and I bought this CD from the CD store called the Universe Compilation, which gave you a sampling of songs from different techno producers from different countries, from Germany, from France, England, Holland, and one of his songs was on that disc, and it was I can't remember what it was, but it might come back to me. but that's the first time I heard him, and from ever since then I've been really keen on his releases and his music journey, as you might say. His approach to making music is he likes to, it's on the edge of avant-garde, and also, but he's a pioneer and of techno music, and he's been DJing in the clubs, so he's got an ear for what works on the dance floor. There's some groups that put out music that is very avant-garde and very interesting to listen to, but it's not quite easy to dance to when you're at the nightclub. So Laurent Garnier, he's got a really good ear for what really works in a nightclub setting, and he's riding a bicycle and teetering between experimenting new sounds and also creating songs that are essentially hard house music / techno, and he does a really good job. And this album is just amazing. It just blew me out of the water when I started listening to it. The first song, so like I said, the version I was listening to, or have been listening to since it came out, is the Apple Music version, which is a streaming version, and it has 17 songs. And the similarities to the CD versus the streaming album off of Apple Music are the first and second songs are the same, but after that it totally changes. in what order the songs come, and also what songs, some songs are not on the CD and vice versa are not on the not on actually, you know what, the all the songs that are on the CD are on the Apple Music. Apple Music just has apparently 3 more songs than actually no. So there's 12 songs on the CD and 17 songs on the on the um, on the streaming Apple Music. So let's talk about the songs. Tales from the Real World, featuring Alan Watts. That's the first song that's on the album, and it starts off with voiceover of Alan Watts. Alan Watts was a philosophical guru that had a lot of interesting viewpoints of how the world worked, and he was alive during the 20s and 30s and onwards. I believe he's not alive anymore, but the introduction to this first song where he starts talking, where the best way to meditate is to just listen, and and listen to the sounds around you. Don't try to make sense of the sounds. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm not saying exactly like he is, but he starts talking. Just listen to the sounds. If someone coughs or someone drops something, don't react to it. That's just normal. And then at the end, he says, don't try to make sense out of anything that I'm trying to say, because your mind is going to put it in order for you without even thinking. So it's just a really interesting way to start the song. And then when the song does start, the bass line is so heavy, and the synth that pervades through the first song just soars through the first song. It's just very nice. And at the very end of the song, Alan Watts comes back and talks about how people on this earth look up at the sky and see constellations, and well, they see stars, and they create in their minds, they create a constellation like a Leo or a Gemini or Orion, but it's not what those stars are. Those stars are not constellations. It's only in the mind of humans that they created these patterns from these stars that are just always there. So it's interesting. That's the first song. The second song is, I swear it has to be a joke, because it's in German, and it says Liebe Grüße aus Kukuron, which is love the very big cucumbers. And I like cucumber salad. But other than that, the song, it has a really good the do 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 bass, and then later in the song, about a minute before it ends, there's this transition of the synth that really takes over the breakbeat, which to me sounds really nice. So the third song, Let the People Faire la Fête. It's pretty good. Once again, number 4, song number 4 is let's see here. Song number 4 is In Your Phase, featuring a French rapper by the name of 22 Carbon. So Laurent Garnier, he uses a lot of like French rappers, or just rappers in general. Or for instance, there's one that he used another rapper, or kind of like a guy that just talks, like almost like a it's almost like a talking ballad. The album that I'm referring to is the gas machine, the gas machine from 2004. There's this like something happens in the streets, and this guy is like a first-hand observer of what's happening, and he's like, oh, just panicking in a way. And I mean, that song is kind of, it's okay, but this song is more lyrical. It has rhythm. It goes with the rhythm of the beat. It's a rapper that raps in French, and for that reason, it's really interesting. Number 5, song number 5 is Reviens la Nuit. This is the longest song off the album. It's like, it clocks in over 14 minutes, but it is a magnum opus. It is, I mean, if it was any longer, it wouldn't tarnish the song at all, because it's such an amazing track. There's this like breakbeat that slowly develops, right? And then there's this overarching sound that comes in like at least 4 times throughout the song. And every time that happens, you're just like, wow, this is amazing. And this is what Laurent Garnier is really good at. He takes his time. He develops his sounds. The sounds that he uses on his albums, you're not gonna find anywhere. No other producer can replicate Laurent Garnier. Laurent Garnier is one of those artists that when you hear his songs, his music, you know it's him, because it's on, like I said, it's on the edge of avant-garde, but at the same time it does really well on the dance floor. So let's move on to song number, let's see, 6. Give Me Some Soul Fights. Apart from the name of the song, there's no lyrics. It's just music, instrumental tracks. And like I said, Give Me Some Soul Fights. It's a good song. I've noticed that every song on this album is good in one way or another, and the actual beats, the break beats, are so crisp and clean, and they're the bass is I've got this speaker system that really does well with bass, and this album has so much of it. So be careful that you don't break your speakers, because the basses are just outstanding. Song number 6. Song number 7 is Saturn Drive Duplex. And then song number 8, 5 o'clock in la matin. There is this one song where Laurent Garnier specifically plays with this like classical bass sound that envelopes the techno song, and I can't remember which one it is, but when you hear it, that's it, and it's pretty interesting. Song number 9 is Sado Miso, and song number 10, Au clair de ta lune. And song number 11, let's see, Closer to You, featuring Scan X. Scan X is a producer that Laurent Garnier has got together with and created a label. And of course, Laurent Garnier started F Communications, and with ScanX, he's created another label, which is, I can't remember now. But this is a collaboration with ScanX. Song number 11, which is Closer to You. 12 is Saki Stars Fever. I've read a lot of comments on people really liking this album, and that Saki Stars Fever is one of their favorite songs. Song number 13 would be, let's see, On the Record Part 3. So once again, another techno song. Most of these songs are instrumental. There's no lyrics, really, apart from what I've said. But song number 14, Granulator Bordellum. And that's the last song off of the CD version. But if you're listening to the Apple Music version, which has 17 songs, it's only song number 14. But if you get the CD version, then that's the 12th song off the CD. The other thing that I wanted to say is that the artwork for the records, where it's this painting with all these, like, it's almost like raindrops of colors that are covering the entire album. And then there's like a black sticker with golden inlay, where it says Laurent Garnier, and then it says the name of the actual album. So I personally like the artwork off of the LP, the record. But if you do get a CD version, then it's like a little drop of rain with the background being all black, which is, I mean, it's okay, I guess, but I would prefer that the two versions would be at least the artwork would be the same, you know. I know that Laurent Garnier likes to take out some songs and put in new ones, and reorder the order of the songs, but I wish the artwork for the CD would be the LP. I mean, I can get the LP, but my record player broke recently, and you know, they're expensive. So I'm probably going to just keep listening to the Apple Music streaming until I can get maybe in the LP version, or I'll probably break down and get a CD version. So song number 15 is La Swing du Porletto, which is another like 10-minute song, and it's pretty good. It's essentially just really good break beats with a lot of good bass, and then let's see, song number 16 is Multiple Tributes, where there's just giving out thank yous. 17, Et Puis s'en va. That's the last song number 17, which is really good too. It's really long. So as far as the album goes, I think this album is up there. Honestly, I'm going to give this the rating for this album 10 out of 10. Now, I don't give 10 out of 10s all the time, but this, in my opinion, this is one of Laurent Garnier's stronger albums, and he's got a lot of good albums. And I mean, I really like Unreasonable Behavior from 2000. I did not rate that 10 out of 10, but for this album, definitely 10 out of 10. I can't stress it enough that this album is a must. If you love techno, if you know Laurent Garnier, you should definitely check this album out. You will not be disappointed. So yeah, check him out. Check out his back catalog. He's got some really good albums. I do have some reviews of his other albums. The Unreasonable Behavior album from 2000 I reviewed a few months ago, and also I reviewed his debut album from 94. That one is also available if you want to hear that review. So anyway, I'm gonna sign out, and like I say, French techno titan, pioneer, Laurent Garnier just dropped his latest music, a brand new album just a week and a half ago, I believe. Definitely check it out. It is a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. And if you like this review, give me a like and subscribe to the channel for future reviews. And I'll see you in the next review. See ya.